LaMelo Ball and Russell Westbrook, two of the most polarizing point guards we have today in this league. At one hand, you have LaMelo Ball, who's turned himself into one of the best scorers and playmakers in the league, and turned himself to one of the best players in the league. And you also have Russell Westbrook. Sure, he wasn't the same since OKC and Houston, but he's still producing at an elite level, and he's still getting his triple doubles, still 20-point game scorer. But today I'm going to be talking about who is the better player between LaMelo Ball and Russell Westbrook. Before I get started with this video, make sure y'all subscribe to my channel, hit that bell for notifications, make sure y'all follow me on Instagram. My links are down below in the description box, and my ad name should be on the screen right about now. But without further ado, let's get started with this versus series. And let's start off with LaMelo Ball, the reigning rookie of the year.
Starts with LaMelo. Got it!
When you talk about one of the most entertaining and exciting players in the league, LaMelo Ball's name definitely gotta be up there. As this dude, he could do everything on the offensive side of the ball. And when you talk about having an offensive bag, yeah, LaMelo has that bag. As he's a good mid-range shooter, he can pull up from three, and he can take them 30-footers. And he's also one of the best playmakers in the league, as he be taking care of the ball a lot, as he's only turned the ball over 3 times a game this year. So LaMelo Ball, he's been a great playmaker this year. As that LaMelo Ball gravity, yeah, it's real. That's the reason why Gordon Hayward and Miles Bridges having a great year, especially Miles Bridges, as Bridges is averaging almost 20 a game. And let's be real, Bridges probably wouldn't have them same scoring numbers without LaMelo, because he kind of opened his game up a little bit, as Miles Bridges was more of a lob threat, but now he's turned into a decent shot creator. But some of that is thanks to Melo's gravity and how much attention that he brings on the defense side of the ball. As LaMelo, man, people like to talk about the Trae Young and Steph Curry gravity, but the LaMelo Ball gravity, that exists as well. And as much as I want to talk about LaMelo's strengths, but I gotta talk about the weaknesses. That's the way it goes in this video. As LaMelo Ball is a defender, yeah, he's really not that great. Sure, he's not a liability or nothing, but he's not like his brother on defense, and he's not a plus on defense, so he's still not a great defender. And another thing that people do overlook in LaMelo Ball's game is his 3-point shots and his shot decisions. As sure, he is shooting 43% from the field this year, but he has been kind of inefficient this year. I'm not talking about this year, but talk about some games where he be shooting like 6 of 20 or some shit, or 1 of 7 from 3. And that is due to some of them being shot chucks and him pulling up from 30 all the time like he's Steph Curry or Damian Lillard. So I think LaMelo Ball should cut that down a little bit if you want to reach the elite of the elite. And that's the only weaknesses I got for LaMelo right now. He's still a great player. He's still got a lot of promises. And I think he will become an all-star this year. I'm not joking. LaMelo can become an all-star, because he has a good chance, because James Harden's playing like shit right now. Kyrie still hasn't played a game. And outside of Trae Young and Zach LaVine, I think LaMelo Ball might have that slot in that all-star game. For real. I'm rooting for LaMelo to make the all-star team, and it's easy for him, I think. And the Hornets are winning too. Yeah, LaMelo better be an all-star. I'm not playing the NBA. Well, there's going to be some problems. But that's all I got to say about LaMelo Ball. Now let's talk about his opponent, and that's Russell Westbrook.
Here, though. Set up to block it, or block this. That's the way you attack. Sort of windmill it.
Russell Westbrook. Russell motherfucking Westbrook. The Brody himself. As Russell Westbrook, listen, I can be real critical about this dude at some time, but I gotta show him love this time. As Russ, he's having an up and down year. Sure, he hasn't been the player that we expect him to be this year, but he's still having a real solid year, averaging nearly 20 points a game, Dude on 45% shooting from the field. And from the mid-range, he has been kind of underrated as he is shooting near 50% at the mid-range. He has been splashing that shit. I ain't gonna cap. As Russell Westbrook, he has been a low average mid-range shooter ever since that 2016 year, as he has been shooting below 40% from the mid-range. But since then, he's getting back to that 40 range. And as a three-point shooter, yeah, I don't have to talk about that. I'm going to get to that for his weaknesses. And obviously, Russell Westbrook as a finisher, he's obviously great, athletic. And another thing is his playmaking. Sure, he does be turning the ball over a lot, but he's still a great playmaker. We can't take anything away from that, as this man literally led the league in assists 3 times, and one of those seasons being back-to-back. And he averaged a triple-double in 3 straight years. And he's one of the best rebounders at his position. Arguably is the best rebounder at his position. And another thing that people do be underrating Russell Westbrook is his defense a little bit. As sure, Russell Westbrook on defense, he can be a liability at times. And he does be ball watching a lot. But when Russ at his best, he is kind of a good defender. I ain't gonna cap. But Russell Westbrook, he's still a good player. But as much as I want to talk about Russell Westbrook and what he's good at, I gotta get to the weaknesses that a lot of people can't wait to see. And trust me, there's a lot of weaknesses to Russell Westbrook's games. Because obviously, at the free throw line and at the three-pointer, yeah, let me start with the three-pointer first. Russ, quit taking so many damn threes, like for real. You are shooting below 30% from 3. Like, just stop it, bro. You're not Steph Curry. And at the free throw line, my goodness, it's awful. Disgusting. As this man is shooting 65% at the free throw line, and that is unacceptable, especially at his standards. Because ever since that 2017 year, his MVP year, we shot above 80% at the free throw line, it has gone down. Like, it has plummeted ever since that 2017 year. Because ever since then, he has never shot above 80% at the free throw line. And his free throws, he need to get that shit together. Like, for real. And it's so frustrating to see him shoot so bad at the line. And another thing is obviously the turnovers, as Russell Westbrook has turned the ball over nearly 5 times a game this year, and throughout his whole entire career has turned the ball over 4 times a game. And it's nothing new to Russell Westbrook. We all know he's the turnover machine. And another weakness is that Russell Westbrook, his late game decisions, like, for real, Russell Westbrook, if he has the ball in his hands in the last minute or last second of the game, yeah, don't give that shit to him. Because he's going to try something stupid, try to take some dumbass shot, or he's just going to turn it over. And we all seen that one turnover that he had against Houston. Yeah, that was real bad. But outside of that, Russ, he's still a great player, and he's still top 10 at his position. And I'm hoping Russ can get his shit together, and I hope he can get a ring this year. But I have come to my final verdict. Who do I think is the better player between LaMelo Ball or Russell Westbrook? Not gonna lie, this is real tough, like for real. But like the Hornets announcer says, I gotta go with my homeboy LaMelo. And here's why. LaMelo Ball, obviously this season, has been kind of a better scorer than Russ. Sure, they're averaging the same amount of points, but I think LaMelo's offensive bag is way better than Russell Westbrook's bag. I'm not saying way better, but it's a little bit better. And he does be taking care of the ball way better than Russell Westbrook does. And I think he's a better playmaker, a better shooter, obviously. And they're both kind of the same on defense, but I think Russ is a bit better. But outside of that, I think LaMelo Ball is the better player. And sure, Westbrook is shooting better than LaMelo from the field goal. But who is Russell Westbrook playing with? LeBron motherfucking James. While LaMelo Ball is the best player, arguably the best player on his own team. While Russell Westbrook is the third best player on this team. So no shit, LaMelo will shoot more inefficient than Russell Westbrook. So that's why I think LaMelo Ball is the better player. But what y'all think about this video? Who do y'all think is the better player between these two? Is it LaMelo Ball or Russell Westbrook? Make sure y'all stay safe and stay healthy, y'all. This your boy Lil Trady signing out. Wash your hands, wear a mask. Happy New Year's. Peace.